Hello again. Last paper before the demo. I'm going to hand over to Yelena, but back you can see it's a paper with multiple authorship.
7.
So, over to you, Yelena.
Hello to everybody. So in this presentation, I will report on the process of the automatic generation of Estonian collocations dictionary database. I will analyze those problems which we faced during this process, and maybe also to think about what do we need in order to facilitate this process. As you see, the database was compiled in collaboration, Institute of the Estonian Language in Tallinn and Sketch Engine team, Lexical Computing Limited. And we have 7 co-authors, and one of them is our very good friend and colleague Adam, of course, and Jan from Lexical Computing. So if you will have any technical questions, please ask him. And 5 people from our institute. So general outline, approaches to collocations dictionary compilation. This is necessary so that we would put this paper into a kind of broader context, what's going on in collocations dictionary world nowadays. Then tools, briefly methodological conception of Estonian collocations dictionary, and then how we generated a database, what did we need. And after, I will also give a brief overview of lexicographical analysis, what kind of problems we have now with this database, and future developments. So approaches to the compilation of collocations dictionary. We can say that we have 3 approaches: manual, semi-automatic, and automatic. As Adam would say, by hand, by computer, or half and half, easily put. We have already evaluations of manual and semi-automatic compilation, like Slovene colleagues, they made it, and it showed that manual semi-automatic compilation is much quicker and presents the lexicographer with almost all the information they identified as relevant during the manual analysis. So we are not going to talk about manual anymore. So semi-automatic. Semi-automatic, actually, tick box lexicography would go also as a semi-automatic method for compiling collocations dictionary, and this method was, for example, used for compilation of Macmillan collocations dictionary. And now we come to automatic. And here we have this notion. It's not that old, maybe 5 years old. It is very common in Adam's and Sketch Engine team papers. It's automatic collocations dictionaries. And as Adam would describe it, so it's like corpus-derived electronic databases of recurrent word combinations. So, and here you have very interesting question: dictionary and database, are there synonyms? So can we say the dictionary is a database, and can we say the database is a dictionary? What are those automatic collocations dictionary? In internet world, mostly those are automatically generated listings. They are presented as text, mostly vertically, or as horizontally. And how they are extracted, how they are made, mostly if we use Stefan Evert terms, we can say that there are like 2 directions. First one would be positional extraction methods, so that those methods generally rely on the computation of the statistical significance of world frequencies within a predefined window. And this is a very common strategy which is used in the world of automatic collocations dictionary, for example, DVDS dictionary, so that users just get those statistically significant collocates, and they see what's going on. And another method is relational extraction methods. This method also applies statistics plus different kind of morphological and syntactic filters in the process of collocations extraction. And actually, when we are talking about compilation of database which is based on Sketch Engine, then it's a kind of relation extraction method, because we do have grammatical relations. We define what kind of relations do we have, and then of course we use statistics. When we started this project, at first we were very fond of semi-automatic approach because we made evaluation of Estonian sketches, and it showed that 1/3 were not good, according to lexicographers. So we thought, no, automatic, we'll do it semi-automatically, so we will just tick. We would use tick box lexicography, and Adam said, okay, let's make an agreement. And we were about to make an agreement so that we would compile it as tick box using tick box lexicography method. But then we talked with Adam about this, and it was one conference, and after this conference he wrote me a letter, and you see his letter here, it's just his letter, so that he said that the best approach may be to provide a dump of the data, headwords, collocations, examples, from which you then choose collocations and example in different software, maybe spreadsheet. I know you were not so keen on that approach, but it could be a lot faster. Do reconsider. So it was Adam's suggestion, and of course he was right. Of course he was right. It is really a lot faster. So we decided that we will compile this database automatically. Just a few words about general conception of our dictionary. Monolingual online scholarly dictionary for learners of Estonian, A2, B1. Only content words as head words, nouns, adjectives, verbs, adverbs. Adverbs in one of Adam's paper, and sketching team guys also, so that says that adverbs mostly make only 1% of collocations dictionary, not that common. Head word for collocations dictionary. So it's corpus driven, a primary source, Estonian National Corpus. It consists of two parts, Estonian Reference Corpus, and then Web Corpus, ET1010, which was also compiled in collaboration with Sketch Engine team. Collocations are listed on the basis on frequency, and what is maybe different from English collocation dictionary, so that we present collocations not only as lemma forms, but also some collocations are presented as in word form. Like for example, this one, the slice of bread, you see that case is there, so that the slice, it's a nominal case, and then bread, it's in partitive. So it's very important to understand. If it would be just lemmas, it wouldn't be understandable at all. And we have two levels. This approach is used in many English dictionaries also, so it's so that we group collocations according to lexicogrammatical structure formed by collocation of phrase. And example sentences. This is generally the conception of our dictionary. And we have like two stages now. The first one would be automatic compilation of database. It's done, we have it. It's huge, you will see. And now we have the second stage, which means lexicographic analysis and editing of the database and all those regular procedures what we do when we edit database. And what is necessary to point here that during the second stage, we still need to consult corpus all the time. So we still cannot just deal with this database. We go to Sketch Engine, we check it, and we look for better examples maybe, and so on. And dictionary will be ready in 2 years. Tools. So we have corpus, we have Sketch Engine, fortunately, and we use functions of Sketch Engine, word list, word sketch, Godex, and we have our in-house dictionary writing system, ELEX, XML-based system. So how did we generate the database? First stage, again, extraction of information from Sketch Engine in XML format, and then import of this information into our ELEX dictionary writing system. What do we do? And here again you see Adam's letter. It was that short, and Adam really puts here all components what we need for the generation of the database. So we need gram rails, a list of gram rails in a file. We need sketch grammar, GEDEX, and then we need to define such kind of small things like number of examples per collocate, number of collocates per grammatical relations, minimum frequency of a collocate, minimum frequency of a grammatical relation. And here Adam just puts all those parameters very shortly. We sort it by frequency, so we even didn't discuss should we sort it by silence or by score or by frequency. we decided to do it by frequency. Minimal frequency 10, positive dice, and then he said that we will come back to TBL approaches if this doesn't give us everything what is wanted. So first thing, head word list development, and for this we also used, as I said, Sketch Engine word list option. It was very good to use. We just defined here in the window that please give us all nouns, adjectives, verbs, and adverbs, and we made this list. And then we just took first 11,000 words, and we checked it manually. We had to do it because a lot of problems still lemmatization, tagging mistakes, multi-word units, proper nouns, they somehow analyzed as not as proper nouns but as regular nouns, and terms, homonyms, and so on. So we checked it, and we divided this this list of lemmas into two frequency classes. The first one, the most frequent, 5,000, and then the rest, because we needed different settings also for those two classes. Sketch grammar. Now it contains 109 rules, and before we started this project, mostly rules were like dual type rules, so that all collocates were extracted as, not extracted, but they were shown as in lemma form. But since Estonian language has very rich morphological system, we have 14 cases, plural, singular, so we found we found out that this colloq type rule, it's really like a very promising strategy for us to extract collocations. And we had to make colloq type rules quite a lot, 73 as a result. And this one is like the most important part, because colloq rule, what it allows us to do, it allows to extract collocations, but for example, one word would be in lemma and another one would be in word form. And then this is very understandable for native speakers and for learners of Estonian. For example, if those would be only as lemmas, nothing, it's just you really cannot understand what's going on. But if it is like this flock of sheep, then it is understandable. The same with here. You just talk without an accent. This without, it's here, in this ending. So otherwise, you wouldn't understand it at all. It would be just talk and accent. And so what? This colloq rule, it was very, very good for us, and we had to remake sketch grammar. Here is also one example how colloq rule helps us. Here's a homonym core, choir, and if it is like core, then it's choir, and then core, you see this E at the end, then it's completely different word. And here now in the sketch, if we have it here like E or E, then, now it's in English, I or E. So then you just see here that here we have collocation with this first homonym, and here we have this collocation with the second homonym. So it's very good for learners, it's very good for lexicographers, because you don't really have to guess what is behind those lemmas. You just have it like it is. So we developed sketch grammar, and then next one was to develop GoodX, Good Dictionary Example Configurations. What we decided to do, we decided at first to create a kind of gold standard for good dictionary example, and for this we decided to analyze example sentences in the Learner's Dictionary. We took our own basic Estonian dictionary, academic dictionary, it's a dictionary of contemporary Estonian language, 150,000 words, and ED1010, which was created in collaboration with Sketch Engine. And our findings were very, very interesting, so that, for example, you see here ED1010, number of words, the first one, and we took 50 sentences for each part of speech. And this finding was really interesting, because when we look at those ED1010 sentences, they were very, very big. You see, it's like from 4 for substantive, from 4 till 40 words, And when, for example, for verbs, we found one from 6 till 56 words. So of course, this is like the parameter that needs to be figured out in this GoodX configuration. Another interesting finding was that we looked at subordinate clauses in those sentences, and it turned out that we almost don't have them in Learner's Dictionary. They're just very flowers are in the garden, and that's it. Academic dictionary, there are some, but again, a web corpus at 1010, it contains quite a lot. All you see, 76%. It means that when we analyzed it, what's going on, probably those web corpora sentences, people provide context there. And when we have sentence in dictionary, we probably rely on definition, so we have context already. So we don't need to give anything else. So it was also a very interesting clause. We don't take it into consideration now, but we might think how to do it if we maybe like number of commas or something like this. Also, according to those sentences, one interesting finding was that in Learner's Dictionary and in Academic Dictionary, almost all sentences contain predicates. You just say, this is this and this is this. Now, in web corpora, elliptic sentences, a lot of. And also, of course, important difference was that corpus sentences are characterized by a large number of proper nouns and numbers. And then those were our findings. And then, of course, we read articles which were published by Istok and his colleagues and by Adam and his colleagues about GoodX configurations which are made already. And so we looked at all those parameters and we tried it for Estonian. And then as a result, we got them. Maybe the most like obvious one, that sentences longer than 5 words and shorter than 20 words, and they shouldn't contain certain pronouns and some other parameters. And Jan then made this configuration file for GoodX, and we implemented it into Sketch Engine, into this corpus, which we used for extraction of the data. Now we had Sketch Grammar, we had GoodX, and we had this list of lemmas. And then we were when you have to put settings for extraction. So we just analyzed separately for each part of speech what kind of grammatical relations would be interesting and necessary to extract. And for nouns, for example, nouns are really very active in making collocations. So for nouns, for example, we have 23 grammatical relations. And minimal frequency of the grammatical relation 10, like Adam said, and they should have all positive dice. And then minimal frequency of a collocate. It was also very interesting. So we decided that for first class it would be 10, and for second one it would be 5, because maybe sometimes you really cannot get any more. And silence of collocates, positive dice, and number of collocates. It was very difficult to figure it out also, so we just went through all grammatical relations and we looked at it and we just measured what would be the reasonable number. So we just ended some grammatical relations only 5 collocates and some 20. And we extracted for each collocation, we extracted 5 sentences. Here you see this XML sample of generated database. And you see here that we have lemma, part of speech, frequency, grammatical relation, frequency, score of grammatical relations. Then here comes collocations, and then 5 examples. So this was extracted in XML format. So we got 10,000 head words, 82,000 grammatical relations, quite a lot of collocations, and 2 million example sentences. Huge amount of data. Maybe when we would do it again, of course, it makes sense to make more work on GoodX and not to extract 5 example sentences, maybe 3, but better. So, and all this data was imported then into our ELEX dictionary writing system, and we had to match those XML codes. So here you see this XML view from ELEX, and this is how we as lexicographers see the system. And if you click here, then 5 sentences will be here below. And as you see, this database now, it contains already this GramRel, all the statistical information, and we made transformations also so that for those collocates which were extracted only as one word, we turned them into 2 words, because sometimes you have to change this head word into certain grammatical form. So now this is generally the whole procedure, how the database was generated. Now analysis. You see a lot of problems. So what kind of problems do we have now? We have this huge database, and now we have to edit it. And what do we do? What kind of problems first? Of course, lemmatization, part of speech, disambiguation. Then now, also when we have such kind of project, then first it makes sense to put money into corpus development, not into database development, because if corpus is not balanced like ours, it's mostly like half of it it's web corpus, then the outcome, all those collocations, you know, they are just internet language, not all of them, of course. The basic, most frequent one, they are very good, but still a lot of terminological collocations. Then now manually we have to, those which were not extracted by colloquials, we have to change them and present it in word form. Now multi-word collocations, which Vit was talking about morning, they were extracted as 2 words. Yeah, I'm almost there. And statistics, also very important question. We extracted them on the basis of raw frequency. What we do now while editing, we check manually silent collocations as well. Still, you just go to Sketch Engine and you just look now at silent collocations and maybe add them into the database if it is necessary. And it is really it takes time. And then we also check statistical collocates, because I found out that Sketch Grammar, we have collocational span just word and second, so this collocational span is not that big. But if you increase it -5 +5, then the results sometimes are very good. So we check statistical collocates as well and add them manually. And some other problems, multi-word expressions. And for example, this one, I think this is also for English, this and/or relation. We found out that it's very seldom that you really have ice cream and chocolate. Usually those are listings, you know, like this one, cakes, biscuit, ice cream, and chocolate. But we do present to users it as 2 words, like ice cream and chocolate. And I don't know how to solve this, because this is for dual relation. So it might be another strategy. So solutions, bigger corpora, maybe really for Estonian it works very good, the longest commonest match. Possibility of updating the database, now it's like this, like it is generated, and no possibility to update it, what to do with this, and then Sketch Grammar development. The same problems with sentences, so that outcome depends on corpus content. Low frequency words, for example, if you have only 5, the frequency of collocation is 5, and we extracted 5 sentences. It means that those are all sentences what we have for this collocation in the corpus, and look at this. So it's useless. So this is so very difficult to find good sentences for low frequency words, and we should use, now we use other resources. Solutions, bigger corpus, GEDEX development. Probably we should test additional parameters which our colleagues already use, second collocate, position of lemma, maybe sort according to GEDEX score. So we just have to develop this methodology. And now this is the last one, future development. So you saw the problems we have now during this editing of the database. And now when we think about future, we also have a lot of problems, how to present this data. And first we would like, of course, to provide users with direct access to corpus, you know, so that they could really see statistical collocates also, more example sentences. Maybe no need to make work with sentences at all. Maybe it makes sense to work with precompiled corpora like Sketch Engine team did it for Scale, and that's it. Maybe no need to choose those sentences, you know, one by one. Maybe users wouldn't read it at all. Also, release of the dictionary database. This is like also very important. What kind of options do we have? Print like layout, it's very spread, okay. Now, folded view, for example, we show only listings, no sentences. You just have to click on, then you see sentences. Panel view, maybe just to divide it into 4 part of speeches, and then, but still, how to present it? Listings. Now, we have statistical data, maybe to present it as graph, maybe as cloud, maybe as combination. I really like, my team also likes this Haas collocations dictionary, maybe you know it. They use a kind of strategy so that here you can see it as graphs like this, but if you would go here, you would see listings with statistics. So maybe just somehow to combine it. But the one serious problem here is that when we add collocations manually, and we take it from, let's say, from Google or from other resource, then I don't have statistical data to provide into the database. And then what it means that I cannot make visualization at all. What should we do with those collocations without statistical number behind, you know? And also this editing process, what to do, how to facilitate it, maybe really use crowdsourcing for this. So we have to figure out what kind of possibilities for this. And user research, of course. We really don't do any user research, how they see collocations. So this is also the field would be, which we need to develop. This is it. Thank you very much. And a lot of references.
Yeah, thanks, Elena. Do we have time? 5 minutes for questions. Yeah, Lado, you again.
Sorry, again myself. You mentioned that you are going to publish it in print form.
No.
Who is the intended user of your data?
Well, we had a dream that it will be published in printed form, but now it's obvious that we will publish it only online. So it will be electronic dictionary.
And nevertheless, who are the main
group?
Users,
Yeah.
Intended users?
Yeah.
Or general public?
It was. Maybe you can help me. I just went out of there. Well, this meant for learners of Estonian as foreign language, and it will be B2, A1, B. Let me see, A2, B1 level, proficiency level. Yeah. I think. Okay. Maybe you just have solutions for those problems that I was talking about.
Anybody else? Oh.
I mean, it's more of a question for Jan probably, is with GoodX, I'm sure you could incorporate to take account for the texts, for the text type. Because you say one of your common problems is many collocates coming from specific text group. So I think if you want to sort of reduce the relevance of that, I think you could do that with GoodX. If you could program using that kind of metadata. But that's the question for the Sketch Engine team. Because I would be interested in sort of testing that as well.
Yeah, definitely.
Because in fact, I mean, now we have features like pronouns and anything like that, but if you say sort of award more to text from these sort of groups, you could do that. I imagine. I wish, sorry.
Yes, we could do that in theory, but our assumption was that with all the classifiers we had in place, which is the penalization of numbers and proper names and all this, then the sentences that came from the Estonian RC part of the corpus, not the web part, would naturally get a higher score. So that was our approach.
might be. Oh yeah, okay.
I was wondering, could you, because you talk about crowdsourcing and then optimizing maybe the GoodX rules, is there any room for a sort of active learning implementation where you have to switch to a machine learning approach rather than a rule-based approach, I'd guess, but if you can give feedback on which examples are good back to the machine learner, and the machine learner algorithm can give examples that the learner is not very sure of to target the weaknesses of the classification. Are you thinking about that kind of machine learning combined maybe with active learning so that you can integrate it with crowdsourcing?
Of course, we thought a lot about evaluating the GoodX, and we're kind of skeptical if it's a very, very well-defined task. So there are a few approaches we have in mind for the future, but for now it's more like an art than a science. So yes.
Thank you. Thank you.